Hello, fabulous superstar Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of February 2025. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. Boys, at a very special time, and it truly is so special now. Powerful energies are with us. And it is going to be on the 4th of the month that Jupiter goes direct. It has been since the first part of October that Jupiter has been retrograde. And whenever it is that a planet is changing directions, it is closer to the Earth than it might otherwise be. It's magnified in its significance. And for you, Jupiter goes direct in a financial part of your sky, having to do with money you earn, money you spend. Self-love and self-esteem are covered here as well. And so having Jupiter going direct means that a financial matter might feel like it's finally able to move forward. You get a clearer understanding of what you might want to do in order to cultivate greater prosperity for you as you uniquely define it. And this might be a time when you're a lot more clear about what's worth purchasing, how you want to use your money at this time. Now, outside of that, though, a lot of Taurians might not experience this energy financially. It becomes a lot more about how self-love and self-esteem get a healthy and important boost now. Regardless, though, understand that Jupiter going forward represents blessings being able to be unleashed in a way that has you feeling very prosperous, whether that's emotionally, spiritually, or financially. On the 7th of the month, Neptune will meet the North Node in the sky. This is somewhat of a rare event. It only happens once every 17 years or so, and it always happens in a different part of the sky. For you, this meeting is taking place in a friendship part of your sky. Now, whenever it is that the North Node is activated by a really big planet, it is as if a doorway opens from which new people, places, things, and situations enter, which represent karmic blessings. They pull you forward towards more and better. And it's decidedly karmic. It's like its time has come. Because this is a friendship part of your sky, and it also has to do with group dynamics, well, whether it's professional or personal, more can feel like it opens up to you as a result of who you know. You may be meeting new people now who end up playing an important part in this journey towards bigger opportunities than you have before, or it could also be more meaningful friendships than you've ever known before as well. There's a sense of spiritual connection with new people that might be entering at this time. Because this part of the sky has to do with big opportunities, like bigger than you've known before, not just the normal, like being able to climb up the ladder or getting a promotion, but the stuff that aligns you more with the dreams and the hopes that you have for your life. Well, this can be a time when it feels like you're that much more in alignment with moving towards those very things, or perhaps new dreams, new wishes start to open up for you now. Whether it's acquaintances or well-established connections, it is as a result of who you know that allows great things to feel like they can enter your life now. The 12th of the month features this month's full moon, and this full moon takes place in the part of the sky for you that has to do with the foundations of your life. Now, that can be your home, your living situation. It can be your family of origin or your understanding of the past. Now, here's the thing. This full moon is part of a larger configuration of tension, which involves, of course, the sun opposite the moon, which is what a full moon is, but it is Uranus in your sign that is speaking to both the full moon and the sun. And that's tense. That is frustrating. That is erratic. But the thing is, you are the source of the erraticism, if you will. It's you that might feel impatient or behave in ways that you didn't expect or have certain realizations. And because this can represent feeling like some very old buttons within you get pushed, perhaps from family, it's your own reactions that might be part of what take you by surprise. Now, it's up to you to decide how to navigate this. It could be your past that in some way feels like it pops up. And again, it's your reaction that you really want to pay attention to and where you're going to direct it. Where it is that you strive to live from a place of greater awareness and greater consciousness, well, this might represent one of those moments where you have profound realizations about yourself and what it is to be true to you, and where some very early childhood messaging kind of got in the way of that. And with that insight, you feel that much more free to live as you are, truly as yourself today. And that can be the most liberating promise that this full moon just might offer. Now, outside of that, this could be very quick changes taking place to your living situation. Yeah, buying, selling, moving, attracting a new roommate, all of that could feel like it happens very quick. It might be that there's a desire on your part to be home or to go home in some way. That's part of this energy that moves very quickly. Your desire to be present with members of your family of origin might be part of what has you springing into action very quickly at this time. Now, ultimately, it's the past stirring. It's your understanding of how far you've come as well that helps you to clarify where it is that you desire to go next. The 23rd of the month brings Mars direct. Mars is right now retrograde as we start this month in a part of the sky for you that has to do with siblings, cousins, and neighbors, but it also has to do with communication and conversation and random interactions you might find yourself in, especially within your local community. And Mars going forward, while within orb of a harmonious connection with Saturn, does suggest stabilizing information finds you. You get news, or you get the letter, you get the email. Maybe you've been waiting for it, but it helps you to feel like at least you know where you stand and what it is that you want to do next. This energy also might bring with it stable progress where it comes to one of these specific types of people that I just mentioned. Or it could be that one of them has positive things happening in their lives. They feel less stuck. They feel like they can finally move forward. And even though it may not have to do with you directly, still you feel happy or grateful, relieved in some way nonetheless. Now, because this part of the sky has to do with learning, if you've been trying to understand something or maybe initiate a process of learning or teaching for that matter, this can feel like the energy is finally able to move forward in a positive way where you feel that much more excited about what it is that you have yet to share and what it is that you have yet to learn. Now, do keep in mind whatever is taking place in this part of the sky might in some way hearken to, reflect what it was that was taking place for you, going all the way back to the first days of October. That, as part of this larger Mars retrograde season, is the last time that Mars was where Mars is returning to now. And so you get another look, you have a different understanding. And whatever it is that you come to appreciate, well, it helps you to feel stronger, more empowered going forward from here. The 27th of this month brings this month's new moon. Now, this new moon takes place in a friendship part of your sky. It's the same part of the sky that earlier in the month we had Neptune meeting the North Node in. Well, here we have a new moon that is speaking in a conversation of tension with Jupiter. So whatever's happening here is over the top. Because this is a friendship part of the sky, it's like over-promising. Social events, well, you may be overdoing it in some way or feel like you got really carried away. But here's the thing, Mars is in somewhat of a conversation with this new moon of supreme harmony as well. And so new moons bring with them new chapters and new people. So in social events, connecting with new people, well, there might be a sense of what you think could be possible here. It might be a sense of you feeling like this person could be part of helping opening up greater opportunity for you. However, there's also a sense here of you wanting to behave in a way That is wise on your part. That is measured on your part, but also is authentic on your part as well. A part of that awakening, the empowerment of Mars, feels like it's that much more awakened and connected to what is taking place with the acquaintances and the friendships and even the professional associations that you find yourself in now. Where it comes to matters of love, on the 28th of last month, Venus entered shadow. And it is going to be as we step into March that Venus will officially go retrograde. I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way. I spoke about it in the year ahead special horoscope. There will be Venus retrograde special horoscopes as well here on YouTube and also over on my website, nadiyashah.com. So all of that is available to you or will be available to you as well. But having said that, understand that you do want to be watching what is transpiring for you now, because in some way you will revisit it, understand it differently, especially at the very beginning of this month. That sense of Venus newly in shadow represents a pathway that Venus has begun walking, that she will walk over again once it is that she starts her retrograde season on the 1st of March. And it is going to be, as we navigate further, particularly in the month of April, that some of the more important celestial events that are to take place for you in particular are set to happen. Now, for all of that, understand that it is on the 4th of this month that Venus moves into the sign just before yours, out of that friendship part of your sky. And so even though at the very beginning of the month, it's like love and friendship are intimately tied for you, whatever is taking place, again, might not be so clear. You're going to get a very different look at it, understand it very differently, especially once we navigate further into the spring. But once Venus moves into the sign before yours, it's like what's happening in love really is elusive and you may not realize it. But it might also be that whatever's happening in love, you don't feel like you can necessarily announce it to the world or share it with others very readily. For those of you open to meeting someone new, what happens at this time is you may connect with someone and it might not be apparent right away, but there are factors here that might be complex, they might be messy. But it might also be that in some way it feels like it's not lining up or clicking as readily as you might want it to. So it becomes really important to pace yourself at this time, knowing that a lot more has yet to be revealed with new people that you might be connecting with now. For those of you just starting to date someone, as we begin the month, the guiding question really is, do you feel like this person can be a genuine companion to you? Do you feel a level of connection on that level with them or not? But then something starts to happen a few days into this month as Venus moves into the sign just before yours. Either it may feel as if the two of you are having a harder time just connecting or getting together, or it could feel like things go to a more intense place, but you don't feel like you can share it with other people very readily. There could be factors there that either you're not aware of or you don't want other people to be aware of at this time. And so pace yourself as you continue to learn about this person, knowing that whatever you think you know for sure, you just might see it very differently. Once we navigate further into the middle of the spring, once it is that Venus goes direct, whatever happens this month might look very different. For those of you who are in an established bond, well, look, the overwhelming majority are going to find this a time where you start the month possibly feeling more social with your partner, doing more social things together. But then as it is that Venus changes signs, there are things taking place with you and your partner. They could be lovely things or not, but it feels like you can't share it with other people just yet. Or it might just be that the two of you in your own lives feel like you are more busy, so you just can't be as present with each other as you might like to be. For all that though, where it is that relationships are good, you'll find ways to keep that soul contact and connection going. But where it is that relationships have not been so good, this month might represent a time that brings with it some discontent on your part, some consideration as to whether or not this is someone to navigate forward with. Know that breakups that happen with Venus retrograde tend to not stay broken up, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do exactly what's right for you to do in light of your unique circumstance. Just that Venus in the sign before yours can stir your doubts that much more. And it's okay to acknowledge them, even if you may not necessarily be clear as to what it is you might want to do next. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say I love the energy of, well, I do think it's very powerful to consider that Venus is your ruling planet, and Venus being in shadow now amplifies its significance, and especially at the very end of the month, Venus standing still in the sky means that it is closer to the earth than it might otherwise be. It is heightened in significance. And when I say that there's a lot happening on levels of soul, psyche, spirit, you are feeling it that much more. But it really is in those spaces and places where you're that much more likely to find yourself, find a sense of peace within you. That new moon, and particularly the full moon that happens in the middle of the month, there's a lot of erratic energy to it. And yet within it, you just might find a deeper peace and a deeper truth within. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate over at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com or thefutureismagical.com. Now, higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. I also want to add that I do have a very limited number of consultations available. You can learn a lot more about getting a consultation with me or with Andy of Wise Ass Astrology. Yes, you can book a consultation with him as well over on my website. Just check out the consultation tab and links are below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.